Is that James?
James. That's a James.
That is a James. It's not the James.
That's not the James.
Hi, James.
That
Yes.
is a James, though.
You can definitely ask me some questions here. What's happening, guys?
This is a chance. This is your chance.
Monday morning, we are back from Vegas. Great weekend. The Olympia was awesome. It was great to see friends. It was great to meet new friends, new people. The stories always pretty amazing. I think that's one of the coolest things that I get to do in this incredible world we have here, is to have these moments with individuals that, man, they were traveling from all around the world to come by and say hello and talk and tell me stories, which is very motivating. So thank you, my man. Thank you. And I will say this, for all of you that came up and go, I don't want to take up all your time, and I hold you there and let you tell me the story. That time is yours. You know, that's why I think, it's not why, I think it is one of the biggest reasons I still do this today, is that I get to hang out with you guys and get those moments. Because I was the 12 and 13-year-old kid going to meet those that motivated me. And I remember the far in between individuals that actually listened. And again, I was a kid, so I'm okay that they kind of probably didn't want to listen to me, you know, being 12 and 13. But man, from Sergio Olivier, which was the first one I got to meet, which was an icon to me and motivated me, to Lee Haney the year after that, and so on and so forth. And these guys, well, Lee is somebody that I talk to and is a friend now. And we're much more friends than about life and parenting and this journey of life than we are iron brothers, if that makes sense to you guys. It's like the lifting and all that is way down on the importance level compared to him as a role model to me on how he raised his family, how he's lived his life, and how he holds himself accountable, how he conducts himself at expos or anywhere, and how he talks. He's such a kind human. So those are the cool things. And when he talks to me about being a dad to Titan, that makes my day, because that's somebody that's one of the greatest legends in health and fitness. Watching me as a dad, it's so removed from what I made my life off of. And so it's so much more true to the heart. I think some of you will get that and understand that. So from me to you, Lee, and the others that I met when I was such a prepubescent goofball, thank you. Thanks for doing that. And the reason I was just talking about that is just because this weekend I got to do the Olympia and meet people from around the world, and it's truly awesome. I think some of the biggest stories were the before and afters, and you can see some of these before and afters.
Right.
These guys going from 400 pounds down to 250 and following some of the basic principles that I talk about. And again, it's
cool because I'll see you know, they come up, they ask, they introduce themselves. Mike, because you said this one thing on a live one day, I'm down 200 pounds, and you would never know. And you wouldn't even realize the thing that you said was the thing for that person. But it's cool how little moments like that come to creation. Like just something you're saying in passing, just a simple little tip, but that one person really needed to hear that, and they were there at the right time, and it changed the course of their life, which is really cool. I think it's cool.
I'm with you. I think those were the best ones this weekend. There was a couple of guys, not just a couple. There's quite a few people that came up. I'll give you an example of how you change as you get older. As a youngster in my 20s, I really appreciated everybody coming up going, dude, you're crazy big and strong. Your strength is freaking, and you're athletic, strong and big. 20-year-old Mike, right on. 30 and 40-year-old Mike, I love how you treat your dogs. I love how you're so freaking disciplined. And again, 30 and 40-year-old, and still today, that's a plus. But this one was, love my sarcasm and humor. How we play chess against the haters and actually get them to help more advertising, and being a father and having fun with all of this. So thank you, everybody. And I'm glad I got to that stage where I'm just having fun and you guys are seeing it. And this should be a blast. So thank you, everybody. The expo was great. Team was great. We had a lot of fun. And again, for those individuals that I saw Troy Zucolato. We're going to go team up with him. He's another Mr. California like me, and Sean Ray and a couple other of us that have that bond of all being Mr. California. So that's a cool one. But we're going to go sit down with Sean Ray, Troy Zucolato, and some other iconic people. But I think Troy too, and I explained to him that he has the knowledge. Mm-hmm. He was in the trenches. He went to the highest level, and he has the knowledge. And so those are the kind of guys I really like talking to, not just the guys that regurgitate from reading and can remember. What else I want to cover?
That's Troy.
There's big Troy.
Look at that.
Big shout out to Troy, who's beyond financially successful as well, because he knows how to do the knowledge. And so just another great one. All right, let's go for some questions here. We got a little time here. I want to do some good questions with you guys.
We can ask questions. Yes, you can ask Mike questions. That is what this time is for.
Go for it.
Happy Thanksgiving. I guess it's Thanksgiving in Canada right now.
They have it a month early. Hey.
Just wanted to say your analogy of not hee-hoing through a movement, but flexing. It's been a game changer.
Not need to add to that. Hey, nice job picking up on that, though. Nice job understanding that. And I still responded. Sorry. You did great on that one.
Mike, I'm a coach who's an amputee and would love to work out with you one day.
Absolutely.
Come get it.
Absolutely. If I'm in your town, we'll make it happen. But if you're ever in California, we'll get over to Gold's Gym Venice, and we'll get a workout in there as well. Sound good?
I think we know the answer to this one. Opinions on behind the head lat pull downs. You do get a fair few looks when you pull that off in the gym, but it feels like a great stretch for myself.
That's when you're done with that exercise, how healthy do you feel? It's just behind the neck press, behind the neck pull downs, reverse curls, hypers with weight, hyperextension with weights, pause or box squats, or real deep squats. And the reason I'm saying all these exercises, because they're exercises that you feel so athletically healthy after you do them, and the incredible range of motion you feel. So good job. And fully understand that people are going to look at you all odd and stuff, but don't worry about that.
Are there any workouts for the double chin?
Well, I mean, the double chin, that's body fat, right? So just make sure that you're dieting down on the Titan meal plan. We got 11 weeks, folks. I think this is a big one too. We're 11 weeks out from the new year. So I am reversing out right now. So join me on making sure your calorie intake is getting to a good level to where you can slice and dice. All right. So join me on this journey. We'll get 11 weeks, and then we could just jump right into that new year and start that cut at that point. Don't wait, though. Don't wait to start this with me in 11 weeks. Don't wait till
Right.
January 1st. Let's get rocking and rolling now. Let's get into the new year already with that momentum and push to get better.
11 weeks seems like a long time, but when you're in it, it's going to be gone really quick. So how much fat do you think somebody could lose in 11 weeks? Is that enough time for somebody to get rid of a double chin?
Yeah, everybody's different. It's enough
Right.
time for me to get rid of it.
Everyone's different, yeah.
Everybody's different. I'll say this: you're going to be tenfold better than you are right now. If we all just start this together as we move forward. 11 weeks. What I'll do is I'll put up a link here, and there's a couple things you got to do. One is, and again, this goes back to that sweat equity. I'm willing to give up my time to work with you for free in the Titan crew and go over your check-ins, go over how you are moving forward and what's working and what's not working on the nutrition and the training plan. But now for you to get that, there's got to be a change. There's got to be some sweat equity. There's got to be something from you. And so remember, the Titan crew is a free location, private group for everybody that are subscribers to the plan. So make sure you get on the nutrition plan and training plan now, and that way you can get in there. And I'll give you a link to you guys so you can get on to the nutrition and training plan so we can start rocking and rolling.
How do you stay so healthy? I don't think I've seen you sick.
Oh, I take care of myself pretty darn well, but at the end of the day, it's,
Do you wear a
everybody-
mask?
I don't wear a mask.
Do you avoid contact with people in public? Are you a germaphobe or?
Yeah, I take care of myself.
Yeah.
I really do. I really try to listen. We got one life. Why not try to take care of yourself? And here's one thing that I believe, for me at least, and my family, is that being able to move and groove and tussle is living. I like the fact that I get to roll. I love the fact that I get to roll with these teenagers and 20-year-olds in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. For me, that's fun. And I've lived my whole life as an athlete. It's as a teenager, was doing all the sports. You guys know that. But in my 20s, I was doing gladiators. In my 30s, I was doing battledom. In my 40s, I was doing gladiators again. And so I thought it was funny this morning. Somebody says, well, what's the point to have all that strength and muscle if you don't do anything with it? I'm not sure many humans ever have been athletically performing as long as I have, decade after decade after decade. And if they have, great job. I just like the fact that I've been able to do that with the highest level of people and still do that today. And so it doesn't matter how strong I am or how muscular I am. I just like that I get to have fun in life. And I'm not sitting on the couch going, I can't do anything with my kid. My body's too broken and beaten up. So we got one life. Use that thing up, dogs. Use it up. You got a body. Use it. Get into the battles.
Mm-hmm. Belt squat or leg press, which helps deadlift more?
Oh, hyperextensions.
A curveball.
Yeah, hyperextensions, that lower back and glute hamstring. So, yeah, those are the two that do it. Yeah, that's common knowledge too, my friend. Do a little research, okay?
That's right.
And I'm reversing out. And so this might be a good one for you guys. I am reversing out right now. And so that means I am back on power bodybuilding. So, yeah. So, when I always talk about, I wouldn't recommend twice a week on body parts. It's twice a week on body parts.
Yeah.
How funny is that? So we did some squats this morning. We're going to do some benching right now. And tomorrow we're going to get some deadlifts in, get some of that back work in, and another body part. So join me on Power Bodybuilding.
What's up, Mike? Joining the U.S. Army, and I've been running a lot. Any supplements you recommend me taking in the meantime? I'm 22.
I hope you're loaded up on BCAA, EAAs, glutamine. Great job, man. And also thank you for going into something like that and serving. I appreciate that. America was built with that protection, and you guys give up so much for what you're doing. Be smart about the running, because you're so young right now and nothing hurts you. Get your times in, do all that. But then outside of that, make sure that the nutrition, your calorie intake is up there, because during basic training, if I'm understanding this correctly, you're just going in. So you got to go through basic training. If you said that right to me and I understood. So you're going to lose a lot of weight going through basic training. So be prepared to eat, get those calories in, my friend. Thank you again also. And let me know where you get stationed months down the road.
How would you explain the mind-muscle connection theory to a new lifter?
Sure. Oh my gosh. I'm going through this right now with Titan, my son. I teach him to pose. So I get him to try to isolate flexing the right quad, the left hamstring, bouncing the chest. I'm not sure what age I really started bouncing it, but it was well before 14 years old. And I always wanted the Franco Columbu split.
Yeah.
And so, man, was I just manifesting that split when I posed. And so I would recommend, it's not the lifting that you should, you're going to try to do it there, but pose. Flex that back, pull the lat out on the right side, pull down on the left side. I'd get him to pose over and over again until he can control everything. The right forearm, reverses, everything.
What's your motivation for how far you've come?
I'm not sure how to answer that. No motive, appreciation. That I know that it's about the day, and you stack the days. I just know that. No motivation. It's just knowing that I got to just stay in it. You know, I was having a great talk with Joseph. Man, Joseph, beyond his years, is a very, very bright kid. But I was talking about the chip on the shoulder. I guess that could be considered motivation. I love using the chip on the shoulder for positivity, where I noticed, and it's Monday morning, so, I was off the internet over the weekend because I was focused on the fans and my appearance. But you get back online, and I was doing a whole bunch of thank yous on my fan page on Facebook. And, their comment was, I hate your guts. Thank you. I don't know who you are.
Cool.
Thank you for following me. It's like, you're on my page. It's awesome. I love that aspect of it, because you can see how life is the two individuals, right? It's the guys that see something they don't like and they just scroll past it because they're focused on whatever positivity or good energy they can get. And then there's the guys that just let the chip on the shoulder bury them. And they're constantly on social media talking negative about everybody, and they just keep barking about how bad their life is. So I think me knowing that I got a chip on the shoulder, that I use it for good, that I love having fun with this life we have, and staying positive with it. I guess that's one of the aspects. Don't lose the chip on the shoulder. I know people say do it, let go of it. It's a very good motivation. And I'll guarantee you have. I see people like Dana White, Joe Rogan, The Rock, the biggest celebrities in the world or iconic people in the world talk about the chip on the shoulder or the haters. They keep that stuff. You know how people are like, oh, you got to be so zen. You got to let that stuff. No, use it. It's great. You don't got to be a Buddhist monk. You don't got to sit in your garden and go, no, don't. I'm okay. Have fun. Get in the tussle.
This is a good one. Ask Mike. What is your favorite meme of yourself?
That's a tough one.
Can you even pick one?
That one. Gosh, there's been a lot of funny ones. Man, I will give it some thought. I'll have to come back on that one because that one, I'll guarantee it's one that we never came up with.
Yeah.
I think it's one that some fans came up with.
Yeah, there's so many hilarious ones.
But they're so funny. And I love that the majority of people get it, that they're silly memes. I mean, you start getting mad about memes. You're that individual that just hates life.
I can't repeat my favorite meme on live, so
Oof, I hear that.
that's how good it is. They're all good.
I love it.
Can I build massive quads and glutes only with squats and deadlifts?
Yeah, that's how it's done.
I never hear that question that way. It's always the opposite. I always hear the opposite version of that question.
It's a great. Yeah, Jeff's absolutely right. Nobody ever really says that, but yes, 100%. That's where those legs are developed, and that's why you got the 3D guys. You know, the old school. You know, Flex Wheeler, Ronnie, Cormier, Milos, Lee Priest, Haney. All those guys, their quads are 3D because they all deadlifted. They all squatted. You get some massive, thick legs, and then you can fine tune them with the little details, but that's how you get that clay mass. So great question, very smart. And to say with just those, I recommend it too. A guy just came in the house right now that I've been training for about 10 years, and he only does the 2 lifts for his legs, and his legs are ridiculous, and his hamstrings are beyond ridiculous. So, and it's an average Joe without great genetics, and he's developed great legs.
As you get more experienced training, do you need more volume or do you need less volume because the weight on the bar is heavier?
Experience and experience. I'm not understanding the question because they said experience.
Right, I know. So
you learn more as you go. The longer you do it, is where you learn the experience. As for muscle growth or strength, that comes with the wisdom. And there's times that you'll have to do heavier and you might have to go moderate and play with those ranges. But your body adapts. Remember that. So you're always going to be changing and you're always getting older. So those are always going to continue to change. Here's the strange concept. You're not always going to be 20. You're not always going to be able to do one workout and it works. And you're not going to be able to do one diet and it always works. You're always going to have to be changing. All right, one more and we got to get going. It's round 2, power bodybuilding going down.
One more Bangzilla. Let me find one. No, we're not talking about push-ups. Come on, give me a banger. You know what the deal is.
Yeah, you should be done with push-ups and stuff, with the idea of push-ups by the time you're 12, 13.
Ooh, all right, Goran. We might go with that one. Let me just breeze a couple of these. I thought there was a guy that said he was like 52.
I love the little vintage guys, right? What do you got? Hey, Bryce.
Yes.
You tell him to do bent overs on the belt squat, the mat-winning belt squat.
Oh, yeah. Advice for a 53-year-old feeling the joint pain and muscle now. Recovery takes 2 to 3 days now instead of 1. Always been a semi-athlete. Thanks, legend.
Yeah, okay, so just make sure this diet is, here's the basics. Make sure the water is still great. The sleep is the best you can. Make sure that nutrition is supporting the recovery more than anything else. And then when it comes to training, you're 52 now. You got to be smart about the training. I was somebody that I really respect and also has been at the various highest level of both bodybuilding and powerlifting, Stan Efferden. Last time we talked, which probably a year or two ago, is one thing that he said was he probably only hits legs once a week now. Mm-hmm. And so this is the guy that's been beyond epic. And he's even talking about kind of backing it down for a period of time, possibly. Maybe he does hit that twice a week again. And he's just smart enough to know, hey, I can still crush it with that once a week. So I would just make sure that you're, again, recovery. And 52, I'm proud of you that you got to that. And now you're discovering that. So congrats on that. Just keep playing. The recovery is the most important thing. There's no extra special tricks. There's peptides now that you can do to help with the recovery. I do the red light therapy. I got the stim machine to throw it on there to help that kind of recovery. But I kind of like just letting the body do its thing without so much support on the recovery. Now that may seem odd. Well, if you can train more, then use all those things. I get that. But I also don't want to be catered by now my workouts. I always have to do the red light after. Then I always got to do the stim machine after. Then I always got to do the sauna after, or I can't even get the workout in. So there's a point where I go, was it 1 day a week, those legs? Is it 9 days away? Is it 1 week? Is it 2 weeks away? And I know that Tom talked about that later on in his career, Tom Glass, that he hit legs once every 2 weeks.
Right.
So here's the cool thing, I think, and I wish I said this earlier in this discussion. Sorry it took me so long to come around to this. As long as you're hitting it, and by the time you're recovered, you're hitting it again, you're golden. Because for you, yourself, that's the best you can do. And you doing the very best you can do beats anything else. Mm-hmm. And think of this. Sorry for so long-winded on this, but the guy that goes, here's your workout plan for the week. If you don't do this, you're lazy. You're no good. Guys, you lift the best you can, you recover the best you can, and then you get back in. If you stay on the plan, the guy that stays on the plan that doesn't recover, he's getting worse and worse. Think of that. That's not intelligence. That's the part of the ego I would say that is dumb. Mm-hmm. The guy that goes, it's going to go 7 days. Every Monday is chest day. And then this is this, and that's what it is. And I will not waver from that. All right, then you're an idiot because you're not recovering in time. And so now you're just beating yourself down and you may not be able to lift in 4 or 5 years. Done. So great question. Jeffrey, you killed that one, dog. Cut, clip, post that bad boy.
That's its own.
We out.